I'm Emily Del Duco. I'm an environmental science major at Geneva College.
And I'm Josh Nemick, and I'm also an environmental science major at Geneva College.
Cool. I go to a non-denominational church called the Bible Fellowship Church, but during the school year I go to a chapel PCA church.
And while I go to school, I go to a non-denominational church, but I was raised Lutheran, Missouri Synod.
Well, we actually have classes together at Geneva, an environmental studies class, and we address the issue of climate change together.
I know I always just loved being in the woods, and it was always a huge part of my life and really shaped who I am today. And it wasn't until I got to Geneva that I started to understand the relevance of creation and nature in the Bible and what God has to say about it. So when I heard about that and the importance of it, more so than just having fun in it, I heard that there's this problem, climate change. It definitely attracted me, and I knew there was something that had to be done about it. Because of climate change, it's sort of starting to shape the way I live a little more, because it's a growing problem. I tread more carefully in what I do. I try to conserve resources when I can, and I also try to share the story of climate change and what it's doing to the world today with other people, Christians especially, because it's something that's really overlooked by many Christians.
For me, how I address climate change in my life is trying to make other people care about it more. Sharing how much I love nature can get people excited about nature, and also sharing with other Christians the burden and responsibility we have to be stewards of creation. I think a lot of people fail to think about that. So that's one way that we can make a difference. I'd like to give a shout out to Ensemble Institute. I think it's a great place to learn about the environment and our place in it, and a great way to learn to appreciate it.
I think the church should start off by pulling out the Bible and cracking over someone's head.
I think the first thing is acknowledging that there is a problem. The church likes to ignore that there's a problem with climate change.
There's a lot of scripture that talks about the importance of us as Christians stewarding creation, and that's really why we're put here. Is God's created this magnificent world, and He finds great intrinsic value in it. And although we were made in His image and we were made separate but still within creation, we have a purpose here, and that purpose is to care for it and sustain it. And although we're allowed to use it, we should do so in rightful purposes and not in anthropocentric ways. So I think if the church started acknowledging the scripture that deals with creation and our purpose within it, then people might start to understand more so why this is a growing issue and why we should be concerned.